Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. This is Rob here with Market Mornings with Robert Roy, brought to you by WealthBuildersHQ.com. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead, type the number 1 in the chat box to let me know that you can. I'm going to keep this very simple today. 1 for yes, 2 for no for any questions that I ask. It makes it real easy. Obviously, you can put more than that in there if you would like. But by all means, let me know that you can hear along with what I'm saying, because nothing worse than me talking to myself for the next little bit. So just starting up my drawing tools here. Excellent. All right, there we go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so keep in mind as we go through, everything is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. All right, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we go. So we're going to start off with the futures, which I do each and every day, right? This, to me, is the most important thing. I wait till we get past 8:30, where I look at any economic reports that will affect the futures. There are times if you're trading futures, it's great to trade around that 8:30 report. You just have to know what's coming out and how to take advantage of it. So if we start off with the ES, let's see how nice TradeStation wants to play today. If we start off with the ES today, and you can see our 5 o'clock close on, let's try a different tool. Our 5 o'clock close on Friday was right here. Our 6 p.m. open on Sunday was right here. So you can see we opened up flat. We kind of took a little bit of a drop, and then we've climbed ever since. And then we got into the European market, and we just have been in this sideways mode the entire time. We're up right now about 6.5 points on the ES, which is the S&P. We look at the YM, which is the Dow, very similar pattern. We're up 30 points on the YM. The nice move for me was the NQ has been a very nice stride as well. So we're up about 42 points right now. We were a little bit higher a few minutes ago. The RUT, RTY, we're not up a whole lot, but it's not as big of a mover at all. So we're up about 2.5 points right now on the RUT. And Bitcoin, so we're about 63,000 on Bitcoin. We obviously have been a bit higher, almost 68,000 just a couple of days ago. But they were talking today that said no matter where you bought it, for the most part, unless you bought in the recent spike, you should be profitable on your Bitcoin at this point. Gold, we've got a nice climb going on gold. It was a wicked day on Friday. Nice climb on gold right now. We're up about 7 1/3, 7.3. And when we look at crude oil, man, we're paying the price, aren't we? 349 is getting to be a regular number here for regular gas, right? And many of the places are now 349 cash. Not even, a lot of them were cash and credit, but 349 cash. So on crude, up at this $85 level again, go back and look, it's been a bit since we've seen that 85. But we're up about $1.25 right now on crude. And then we've got nat gas. Big gap on that gas today and a spike, right? So overall, interesting market to say the least, but we definitely have some nice movement to the upside. We're going to have some downwards as well today, but definitely some nice movement to the upside. And we talk down here. Let's go take a look first at PINS, PINS, right? They came out last week and said, ooh, PayPal, talking about buying them. PayPal went down, Pinterest went up. Right, if we go back and look, right? And what goes on, right? Well, PayPal said, yeah, we changed our mind. Never mind, we're not going to do it anymore. So what happened? Pinterest went, right? It really wasn't a good fit. I said it last week that it wasn't a good fit at all, in my opinion. But Pinterest closed about $58-ish, give or take. And right now it's at 49. I will be looking today at a bear call spread on Pinterest. This one should last. I'm not worried about, when I talked about last week, it would have to be very short term. I'm not worried about, are they going to back out of the deal? I don't think PayPal comes back and goes, ooh, we changed our mind again. I'm not too concerned with that at all, right? So Pinterest to the downside, bear call spread. Why don't we look at PayPal? Go figure. PayPal went back up, right? You can see the katunk on PayPal with the, yes, we're in talks of buying Pinterest. I understand wanting to be in the social media business, but it's really not your business, PayPal, right? It doesn't really fit your core. So, if you are, listen, I was in manufacturing a whole lifetime ago. The company that I worked for was owned by Masco Corp. Some of you know who they are. Masco Corp they're a holding company. They hold hundreds of different product types. Delta faucets, craft-made kitchen cabinets, at least they did. We were a door manufacturing company. They went out and bought a bunch of door manufacturers. I was on a corporate negotiating team for steel. They bought billions of tons of steel because of automotive and every other industry they were in. And the question came up one day of, should we go and make our own screws? Everything we do uses screws. Should we become a screw manufacturer? And it doesn't make sense. It's not part of your core product. Can you make screws? Yeah. Can you negotiate screws if you use that many? It wasn't worth starting an entire facility because the screw in a car is going to be a lot different than the screw in a Delta faucet, right? Or the screw in a kitchen cabinet for craft made. So it definitely worked out that it was better to buy them on the outside. Every company should not just get involved just because I want to get involved. It's going to be more important that they find the core product. PayPal's looking. We know that now. They're looking, but they've got to look in the right core. So I will be looking at a bull put spread on PayPal for today. Very interested. We closed up around 240. We're at 253. I like it. If I can get something, let's see, where was that spike? We were up here at 259 before that announcement. So call it 260 just for kicks and giggles. If I can do a bull put spread above that 250 and get a decent premium for it, I like it. Tesla. Tesla's rocking, right? Why? A couple things. They raise prices. Ooh, revenue is going to go up. They don't anticipate it's going to have people back down. People buying a Tesla, for the most part, the average person buying a Tesla is not worried that pricing might go up a little bit on things because they're higher priced than vehicles. Now, I said average. A lot of Americans now have a lot more free or liquid cash on their hand and are, car hogs, right? I just want to get or car poor, maybe is the right word for it. I don't get the best car I can get my hands on, right? The one that gives me the most status, the most street cred, whatever you want to call it, right? Well, Tesla's taken a nice move to the upside. They closed about 910. They're at 948 right now. On top of that, Hertz announced, what was it, 100,000? Yep, 100,000 cars being purchased from Tesla at the cost of almost $1 billion, with a B, $billion. So Hertz is getting ready for that forward-looking of we're going to need to be in the right part of the industry, meaning electric vehicles, battery-operated vehicles. So I am looking at Tesla today as a potential bull put spread. I will also look for pullbacks. I love to day trade Tesla. I'm a big day trader. A couple times a week I day traded. I'll be looking for pullbacks to key support levels, fibs, pivots, things like that, and bounces for potential entries on Tesla. Right? Next is KMB. Kimberly-Clark. So they closed about 133. They're at 129, we'll call it. Earnings, apparently they weren't good, right? Earnings were bad. I'll be looking at a bear call spread for KMB. Whirlpool, WHR. So Whirlpool here again, you guys have seen this before. I've talked about it in pre-market show here before. Look at the open. We gap down and we get a hash mark. And then the next trade is a hash mark and a hash mark. And then we get this little bit of a candle over here. And we gap down. It's a little bit of a bigger hash mark, but it's still just that. We're getting one-off type trades or very little activity at those levels. So do I necessarily trust it? Not at this point. I need to see what happens in the actual market to determine what I'm going to do. But right now, if this were to hold suit, I will be looking at a potential bear call spread on Whirlpool. Now, the last one in our movers and shakers is SWX. Now, SWX is only monthly options, so you've got to make that decision of, is it worth it for me? But SWX, they've got a $1 billion financing deal that they came out with. Einhart was talking about it, wanting, of course, angry with something, but wanting to have some involvement in there. So they closed up on Friday. We'll call it $69. They're at 71 right now. Potential is a bull put spread. The question is, do we have enough opportunity? Do that again. SWX. do we have enough opportunity with 25 days away? Are you willing to hold on for that kind of time? You also have $5 increments. There's not a lot of open interest in it. So, and that's for the November. I certainly wouldn't do anything past that, right? But the pattern is there. Now, could you day trade this? Absolutely. My job, listen, I did the hard work. I found the candidates. You make the decision on the trade you're going to do. I love the credit spreads and the naked puts and the things that I get paid to trade. I love doing those types of trade setups. If you like something else, by all means, do that. Actually, go ahead and put it in the comments. Right? If you're liking some other type of strategy for it, that's fine. Right? I did the work to find the candidate. Now you go ahead and do the work and figure out what's the right trade setup. Does it fit my risk profile? Does it actually lay itself out in such a way that I can take advantage of it? All right. So let's go and, well, actually, if there are candidates that you guys want to look at, drop them in. Let me know the candidates that you want to look at. Share those with me. All right. And we'll pull those up as I jump into our next batch of candidates here, which are what came off of my Pop 5K. So on Pop 5K, Pop 5K is a candidate list that we have. Pop, Power Option Plays, is a list of 20 stocks that I focus on. Very, very hyper focus on those. We look to trade them on a daily basis. And I don't mean every candidate every day, but we analyze those 20 candidates as potential setups for each and every day. I already have my list right here, my top secret folder. I already have my list that I did over the weekend for today, right? And it's got my candidates on there. It's got my entry types on there. It has what their earnings are. My support and resistance levels are all right on this one piece of paper. Well, Pop 5K, now, Pop is companies like Amazon, Google, Chipotle, Tesla. Now, there are lower price companies. There is Home Depot. There is also on there the PayPals of the world, the Alibabas of the world, right? Or the Baidus. And so we do focus on some of the lower price positions as well, okay? And for some, that list is too high a price. Even $100 or $200, $300 gets high price for some. So what we did is we put together a list, what's called Pop 5K. And in Pop 5K, I found a list of 22 stocks is what we focused on there. And in those 22 stocks, it allows me to go through and find some of the lower price companies, the Apples of the world, who used to be on Pop, but not any longer since they did their split. They're too big of a blue chip company now and don't have the big movements we look for on Pop. So Pop 5K is mini Pop, I guess, right? But it's a way of us looking at the market, looking at the stocks that are still have good momentum, have good options, have good premiums to them, but we're not paying very high prices for them, okay? So let's see, what do we got here? Paula's asking if we could take a look at MU, right? So let's go do that. MU. Micron. We recently had a trade go off on MU, right? And well, worked out well. So let's see. All right, so on MU, Paula, first thing is we want to analyze the big picture, right? The fibs. Where are we at? What's going on? So let's see. Drawing tools. Here's my V top. Here's my V bottom on the fibs. Excellent, right? Good, strong, thrusting, bearish thrusting type pattern, right? So I like it, I like it, I like it. And what happened? We finally violated the zero line. It's given us a couple of opportunities at zero line breakouts, right? And then we've gone beyond that now. And overall, we've got this rounding pattern, right? An inverted cup type pattern. And we pulled down, we got down to this pivot, and then we pulled back up. And right now, let me zoom in on a little bit more. Right now, Friday, we had a nice failure. And we had the failure, and we're fairly close with our 8 moving average right there, Paula, right? To that 68, 61 level. So what is that meaning? What is that saying to us? If I can get a retracement back up towards that 68, 61 level, 69, where's my 8 moving average? 68. Not 69, I meant 68. 68, 68 half. If I can get a retracement back up there and a pullback, Paula, then I'm interested in the bearish trade. And we'll take it down to that black line, which is our Fibit 66.21. Will be the potential for it. If you're doing multiple contracts, meaning you're looking for multiple exits, then we're going to look down here at 63.80 is going to be your next support level. But it's so far into this channel already, Paula, I needed to start making the move back up. Where is it in pre-market? Let's go see. Let's go look at MU. It's back up, 69.20. All right, so we're above our 68.61 level. So we're up here, 69.20, right about here. Give me the fail, the retest, and the drop, and I'll look for the bearish entry. Directional is fine on Micron. It's not a newsy type trade, so I'm good with a little bit longer move. Be very cautious. What did I say, 69.20? 69.20 puts us almost at the 21 moving average. So that's that here kitty, right? Market makers trying to catch you potentially. So be very careful there, all right? Good. So let's go take a look-see. I've got check marks in the ones that are important to me right now that I'll be looking at. And out of our 22 candidates, we have 10. Wow, 10 of them have check marks next to them. I don't know if I'll get through all of these. I don't believe I will. Go ahead and take a screenshot, grab it with your phone. On the left side, these with check marks in them are the ones that are important to me. All right. So first thing, bigger picture, unscrunch. All right. So we made a nice move above that 125.92 on Abbott Labs, ABT. A retest and a bounce is the potential entry of what I'm looking for off of that level. Is it a great setup? No, it's a good setup. It's not great. Well, my trading partner is just lighting my phone up right now. All right, let me go ahead and shut that off. It's a good setup, but it isn't a great setup. A great setup would have a confluence of the moving average. It would not be where there's nothing else around it. So we've got a fib line, retest and bounce. It's okay, nothing wrong with it. I really wish I had the moving average up there. And we'll see ones that have that type of setup, right? AMAT. All right, look at what happened on Friday. We had this gap up, little bit of a wiggle down, and this explosion all the way up to that zero line, the horizontal blue line in there. We had that move up before backing back down. So the bears were in control, but the bulls had some say during the day. It's happened already Friday. So the potential of getting back up to that zero line is still there. If I can get a nice retest off of the fib line where it's sitting right now and a bounce, I'll look for that move up to that 142 level off of 136, call it. And you got a decent, what's that, 6 points? You're not going to get all of it, but that's a decent potential for a move. Right? JD, just do it. All right, there's the entire fib on JD. So I like the confluence that I have. The 8's a little bit further away, but you get the idea. I've got something in the range. Get above the 83.70, retest and bounce. 88.40 is resistance. Now remember, I do really poorly at saying it. All right. What I'm looking for, what I mean is this. I'm not looking for that as my target. And I'll call it target. I don't mean it that way. It's just what I look for. It's a target zone that I'm headed for. That's my resistance. My target's going to be somewhere down below that. However, you set your targets based on the rules that you use. Right? We've got a series of rules that we use in power option plays that we incorporate there. But whatever rules you are using for yourself, that's your resistance. So you need to be somewhere down below there. Do not try to glean the field. Don't try to grab every penny out of this trade and hit resistance as your target. All right, let's see what we've got here on JP Morgan. All right, JPM. So we've got a double top pattern potentially setting up here on JPM at that 618 level, which is a 171.93. So here's what I'd like to see happen. Once again, look where the 8 is. It's in the middle, so really not helping me there. If we could break above the 172 level, come back and retest and bounce, then we've got some potential up there. But not that much potential. We've got to split that level in half. That's just too big of a distance. So we're looking at about 177. Yeah, there we go. We're looking at 177 as our resistance level for this setup. Okay. And that's on JPM. Then we'll look at Marriott, MAR. I like hotels. I like airlines. I like cruise lines. I think cruise lines are going to lag behind a little bit because you're kind of stuck, right? On the cruise, you can't leave, right? Literally, you're stuck on the ship. So where a hotel, a city, if you don't like something that's going on there, get back on a plane and come back home early. You don't have to wait. So if you're fearful of COVID or something breakout is happening, you're stuck on the ship. They're going to keep you all on the ship, right? So I think the cruise lines will lag behind a little bit, but I do believe you're going to see some great recoveries. On MAR, and this will be our last one, on MAR, look where the 8 is, right near that 154.73. Get me up above that level, and the potential is about 160 as our target. All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it helps, right? Take advantage of it. When you come back tomorrow, let me know how the trades worked out for you, right? As soon as you come in tomorrow, drop it in the text tag. Hey, Rob, I took this trade on Micron, or I took this trade that Paula brought up, or I took this trade on JP Morgan or Tesla or whomever, and let me know how they did. All right. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all mañana at our next update. Bye for now.